Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Gladius. Now when I first saw this advertised, I wasn't that necessarily keen on it really. When I sort of looked at the stats and I thought to myself, yeah, light fighter, looked at the other fighters, I'm thinking, yep, looking at the Hornet, you know, looking at the 325A. It wasn't actually until I started having a good look round it, I started to think, actually, do you know what? I think this is going to be a really good fighter. It's classed as a sort of, you know, short-range light fighter. On the nose here, we've got a, I think it's a Scorpion GT215, whatever the hell that is. Looks pretty serious though. It looks like it's got a good rotational there, so a good gimbal mount gun there. I think that's probably going to be able to aim very, very wide to the left and the right, so that's going to be really, really cool. And don't forget, the advantage of having the gimbal on directly on the front, guys. If you imagine, let's say for instance you've got the gimbal on the top there. Now, if you've got it on the top and you're flying forward, you can aim on your target. Yeah, of course you can, left and right. But obviously the gun can't go past the centre mass of the ship. So having the gimbal mount with gun directly on the front of the ship is a lot better. There's no doubt about it. Now, if you think of something like the M50 is a good fighter. I know it's because it's fast, but this is going to be fast as well. It's relatively lightweight. So I think this is going to be fantastic. And also, there's some great detail as well. Let's have a look round anyway. We'll have a look over here. On the wings here, we've got some, these CF007 Bulldogs. And I think we've got some missiles here as well somewhere. I think the missiles we've got, there's two types of missiles it's got. It's got some heat-seeking missiles, and I think it's got some, was it dumbfire missiles as well. So it's got a couple of variants. I don't know, actually, they're not actually, oh, there's the dumbfires there. Look. There's one missing. Go around this side. See if they're on this side. Oh, that one's, looks like there's one missing there, doesn't it, off the other side. Maybe it fell off on delivery or something. So, got some pretty serious weapons there. Got another Bulldog on the wing there as well. So the loadout is pretty serious. As for the detail of the ship, it's only when you start looking close. Now the first thing I sort of noticed with this ship, I don't know what you guys think, it's almost like it's missing the PBR. I may be wrong. These textures don't look quite as good. Maybe, I mean this is only first pass, so it's more than likely going to have more updates, you know, down the way. The detail of the gun is pretty good, and this is going to look really good when it's rotating as well. Have it around, it's got some nice blue lights there. Nice fin. I'm going to show you the animations of the cockpit. They're really cool in a minute. Hang on. Side of the ship. Not much going on here. We've got some text here. Make sure missiles in deactivation before moving. Yeah, it's always a wise idea to do that, really. It's got these landing... They call them... I think they're called landing skids, isn't they? These things. Pretty complex. Got a very detailed landing system here, guys. I don't know if you can actually see... I'll try and get a bit closer and see if you can have a look at this. Really detailed. And the animations of this are going to look really cool. Intricate, very intricate design. It's got this funny thing on the bottom here. You can see this from, you know, if you didn't, it looks like a large torpedo or a large bomb, doesn't it? It's got some intake there, you can see it. And also it's got a refueling thing around this side, I think. Let's just check. Yeah, fuel access there. Got quite a few maneuver thrusters, this one. I think it's got 12. It's only got it's low tier. It's got the same as the 325. 325's got slightly bigger thrusters, one tier higher. Compared to the Hornet, it's got 8, but the Hornet has got slightly larger thrusters, bigger than the 325A. So it sort of compensates, really. Let's have a look around this side. Got to poke my eye out on a gun there. Pretty cool. Lots of detail on this. I mean, it gets really intricate. I was looking around the engine bay earlier, and look, if you look around here, look at this, look. They're actually sticking out. Well, you have a look. They're actually real pipes. I thought that was really cool, guys. Fantastic. It's really good. Shame you can't take these engine covers off and have a good look, eh? Well, you can see it up there as well. You know, most games would have made a flat image out of that, but oh no. Some more signs there. Beware of blast. Oh dear. If you're reading that, right, and it started up, it's a bit too late, isn't it? Because the engines look pretty cool as well. Funny shape, and they're an oblong shape as well. So it looks very sort of narrow. very thin ship, isn't it? It's not very sort of bulky. I suppose that's the whole reason it's a light short-range fighter. So it makes sense, really. These things on the arms are quite odd as well, aren't they? Funny sort of like wing things. Nice lights under here. Right, let's go have a look at this cockpit. Right, this is pretty crazy, this, guys. We're going to get in and out a couple of times because you've got to see this animation. This, I believe this is one of the, so far, for a door, this has one of the best entries. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but this is just really cool. Check this out. Oh, yes! That's how you open the door, guys. That was really cool. I don't even know if we can close it and do it again. Oh, I have to climb up. I mean, even getting in is pretty crazy. This is awesome. Check this out. When the screen comes down as well. Look at the blurry line, look. Oh, yes. That is just definitely one of the best sequences to getting inside of a ship, guys. As soon as I got in, I was like, oh, yes. Now, inside, you can have a good look around. It's quite detailed, actually. Got some piping down the side there. You can see some control. Where's it? Hang on a minute. Oh, his hand's in the middle. Obviously, it looks like he can move his hand off that stick there and press some buttons down there by the looks of it. Some buttons over there. Console down to the side there. Obviously got ejector seat here, guys, because it's got one of them funny blurry screen things. And you can see here, it says danger, do not pull handle. Console on that side. One on that side. And we've also got a center display as well. With one of the, well, let's be honest. Well, it's the best viewing angle out of any ship because there's nothing in the way, is there? There's just nothing there. I mean, it's apart from that to this very side here. You know, you've got nothing restricting your vision at all. I'm hoping that they leave it so the HUD and display stay down like that, and you're facing like that with just your weapons up front. You know, and they don't go too crazy on the HUD display all over the screen, because if you've got a ship like this, and you can really appreciate this is going to be brilliant for fighting. You can overcrowd things with the heads-up display, so I'm hoping we can maybe later on in the game turn some of it off maybe and just have it down here. You know, once you've targeted, you could just look down at that and then off you go. I mean, you don't need to have it in front of you all the time. So what else we got? We can't actually, I don't think I can actually move any of these, you can't move your feet or anything. I can't move the stick, so let's try. No, I can't move anything. Animations look pretty solid as well on the hand there. And the stick in the middle looks alright. It looks his hand's slightly off. He's got his finger on the fire button though. I like this wobbly line as well, what they've done. The same thing they do in the sort of real fighter. Let's get out now. What we'll try and do is I'll do an insert shot first. Let's have a look on the outside and I'll get out. So, I want to zoom out a bit first of all. Looks pretty serious, doesn't it? I mean, this is basically cast off some sort of fighter, isn't it? There's no doubt about it. It looks absolutely awesome. So I'll look around the rear from distance as well. Once them legs are folded up, it's going to be quite a sort of narrow target to shoot, actually, from the rear. Just get in a bit closer now and have a look at this front screen and the animations where he's sitting. You could just see how his hand looks quite strange like that in the middle, guys. Oh dear, Trodo the mouse still there. What is he doing? Everyone else in the universe is going to think you're a pervert or something. Oh dear. Well, looking round, you can see that his viewing angle, I can't move her this way. I mean, if I'm over here, you can see there, because his head's sitting above the screen there. It's just brilliant. One of the best sort of visually, 360-degree viewing angles of pretty much any of the fighters so far. I mean, the Hornet's got the frame. 325 is sitting quite far back. M50, you've got lines on the screen. And he's got other bits in there. He's got some air vents there, look, blowing air on him to cool him down while he's flying. You can see that there in the back there, look. Obviously got some sort of strapped into some sort of ejector seat as well. That's the other thing I like to see in Star Citizen as well. At the moment when we eject as a man. I want to see the seat go as well. I want to see the canopy go up. Big blast things come out the seat and you blast out the chair. And maybe you're stuck in the chair and you've got to get out of the chair or something. Pretty cool, isn't it? So, we've got some huge... they look pretty big, don't they? Quite a nice detail on the top there. Actually, we can have a good look up here because we couldn't see from that other angle, could we? Not much really to see up here, really. Now, the other thing as well, I don't know what you think. I think green's probably a better colour for a fighter. I think you're harder to see. You're better off being green or black, wouldn't you, than you would actually being, you know, white or grey. So, I've tried this before. I want to look at this animation getting out. Well, I like to look at it from this angle, but pretty difficult to do because he goes into his other view. So, we'll see a bit of it and it's going to go into his head. Hang on. He had a bit of a fit there with his arms. There's a little, I think there's actually, oh, did he just bypass the, that was weird, wasn't it? He bypassed the step animation there. I love that. That's just really cool. Whoever thought of that animation, 10 out of 10. Love it. Fantastic. I think we got one around this side. The canopy's still up. Should we just get back in again? I just want to quickly check. Maybe something went a bit wrong there. Can you get in? Don't know if I can insert now. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Love that, guys. Fantastic. Absolutely awesome, isn't it? See, there's the canopy open there. Looks like there's a gap around the edge. Here he is in there. Let's get him out again. Done it a few times now, guys. It's worth a mention, guys, because that just looks really cool. He actually, do you know what? When he gets out, look, he's like, sod the stairs. We're just going to do a jump. He does, doesn't he? I think that's actually supposed to be like that. He actually jumps down. I don't know why the canopy don't go down. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but a bit weird leaving it open. Maybe when he jumps on the floor, it should sense he's on the floor or something and go down. Oh, there's an orange light underneath as well. Not that it's going to make any difference by having a look, but an orange light. It's weird, isn't it? Maybe it's reflecting through from the interior. So, looks like a fantastic ship, guys. I think, do you know what? When I saw this ship, I wasn't that excited about it. But when I started playing, you know, Vandal Swarm and the multiplayer, you start to realise that actually, it's not always the ship with the best stats that is end up going to be a good ship. So, manoeuvrability is definitely key. I mean, don't get me wrong, weapon loadout does help. There is good and bad weapons, but this has got the slots. You know, this has got the slots to fit the best weapons on. I say for the ship, you know what I mean? Not in the entire game, obviously. But if you've got manoeuvrability and you've got weapons, and you can outmaneuver a target, and you're nimble, then there's a high chance you're going to win. So I'm really looking forward to trying this ship out because I think it's going to be a really, really good ship. And I think I probably underestimated it when I first saw it. I've even actually thought about buying one. Now, the only downside with this, right, out of the other ones, I say the other ones, with the Hornet and the 325, I'm comparing it against the fighters rather than the, you know, the 300, the 315s and so on. The only downside with this one, it has 0 cargo units. Now, you could say, yeah, I would agree with you, yeah, it's a short-range fighter. 325 isn't, that can carry cargo. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. Now, one of the things you have to take into consideration in Star Citizen, if you carry cargo, it will affect your flight. So if you're carrying, you know, 4 or 5 tons, or cargo units, 8 tons, cargo units of, I don't know, stock for someone, that will affect your flight. So if you go to combat, that will affect your maneuverability. That is in the game. So in some ways, this being a dedicated short-range fighter, I think it's going to be really good at it, guys. I think, and particularly when this goes into something like Arena Commander, because let's be honest, Arena Commander is short range, isn't it? You're not going, God forbid, if you run out of fuel, that'd be a bit daft, wouldn't it? In a half-an-hour match, and if you can last half an hour in Vandal Swarm, short range is quite far in half an hour. Anyway, guys, fantastic ship. If you've got one, you're very, very lucky, guys. I think we'll end it there. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, I've got an organisation as well called the Tactical Advance Organisation. We've got a great bunch of guys. If you're looking for an organisation to join, I'll leave a link to the RSI site and pop over and sign up. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.